We're excited to share with you some of the updates that we have in Rental Essentials from this past quarter. We are listening to you as our customers. We care about you and want to continue delivering innovation that makes your jobs more efficient. We have some AI functionality that we're going to highlight, enhancements around reporting, and process updates that allow you to better enforce your desired processes and hold employees accountable to those. We've got some great enhancements around reporting that allow large scale reports to run successfully without timing out and to be available for download. This means that if you run a report, you can then come back and access it without having to run it again. So we're going to run the QuickBooks export report, but for a large time frame of multiple years. Kick this off to run. It tells us it's queued for async processing. So this helps browser performance as well because it's actually running the report in the background and then making it visible. And then that report is also visible to us in this recent reports section at the top of the backlog. Really large reports will just become visible here without actually showing all that data in the browser to not choke down your browser. Say if you're running a report with thousands of rows of data. So great enhancements to reports. These improve the stability and consistent performance of large scale reports if you're accessing data across a large period of time or similar large volume. We also have this quarter enhanced ability to assign notes, and those can be notes that are tied to a customer record or to a maintenance record. And those notes can now be assigned to a specific employee. So you can tell your counter employee or another employee, hey, I need you to go do XYZ pertaining to this customer or to this maintenance record. So for this customer record, we're going to create a new note of type note and set it to needs response, and then it can be assigned to a specific employee. So we can, in fact, assign it to self here. We then get in our notifications here this red icon saying, hey, you have a notification. We pull that up, and we can see notes assigned to me, and I can see that note here and that I need to action it, and I can acknowledge it. So this can be a lightweight way to communicate back and forth between employees and make sure that your employees are following up on things that you need them to. We have a new configurable option that allows preventing send out if transaction type has not been set on a contract. We know that customers use transaction type in a variety of different ways to help specify the nature of a transaction. So this is configured under configuration, company configuration, tax and payment options, and then the option block send out if transaction type is not set on a contract. So we're going to enable that and save it. This also relies on having in your configuration configurable dropdowns, having transaction types that are set up. If you do not, you can simply add those. And then we're going to go write a new transaction and see the enforcement of this. We're going to add a skid steer on here. So we now have a transaction without having transaction type set here yet. It shows transaction type is none. So we attempt to move this forward. We get an error warning, hey, transaction type must be selected. We then select a transaction type, say, this is for a wedding. We confirm, yep, that's for the wedding. We can then move it forward from reservation to order, and we get past that stop. So new configuration option that allows enforcing setting of transaction type before sending out if you need that set in your workflows. So we also have in Rental Essentials recently added an updated AI assistant. This can be launched from Rental Essentials. It does open in a new page. So I can ask questions of the AI chatbot, such as how do I create a transaction? And it will give me an answer based on the existing help desk articles that we have for Rental Essentials. And it will cite those sources. So any of those you can open, and it will then open that specific help desk article, and you can read in detail there. And you can ask follow-up questions here as well. If you don't get the answer that you need, you can submit a ticket right from here, and it opens a workflow for creating a help desk ticket and getting assistance from our support department. We're excited to make it easier for you to answer questions and meet your needs for how to perform processes within Rental Essentials. Previously, it was possible to add a new contact. All right, so we now have picked up by Joe Jacobs. And previously you could add that, but once you had this, you could not change the contact person. The contact person may now be changed on an existing contract. Little quality of life improvement that makes it easier if in the process of your workflows, the person picking that up changes, you can now change that directly here in the contract. We have an enhancement this quarter that allows enforcing that a meter reading be entered on any machines that have a meter before maintenance be completed on those. This is a tool to help enforce that employees are entering readings in the process of performing maintenance. So this is available in configuration. And there's the option require meter reading on completion of maintenance. We'll enable this. And then we're going to go check out our inventory here. Our maintenance. Let's open this maintenance record. And reading would now be enforced. Also in maintenance, we have updated the fields to be industry standard complaint cause correction. This is in line with what we see customers doing to document things. Any existing notes you had will be in here still. And then we're going to attempt to close this. Without entering a reading. And we get, hey, you need to enter a reading. So we're going to put in and check the machine. It's got 3.0 hours. We can then complete that maintenance. One other thing I want to call out and then wrap up here is customer search field. We can now search by email address, customer name, etc. So we're going to search by just a generic Adam and run this report. It's running in the background here. And here we get results from Adam Elzano. If there were other customers containing Adam, they would show up here as well. So you can get results across multiple customers and then narrow in here as needed. Thanks so much for being a Rental Essentials customer. We appreciate your time and input. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks so much for your time.